it's Mark the Guitar Guy here, and you might be wondering why I'm just doing a whole bunch of pretty much the same chord. That's not actually what the lesson's about. It's about the right hand today because, yes, I am the master of teaching strumming. I know. Tik Tok. I go on and on about it. I go on and on about it, and it's probably getting sick of it. And if you're out there and you don't know what I'm talking about, you're in for a treat because what I'm going to be doing is going through some basics of Tik Tok. Now, why do we need Tik Tok? What is Tik Tok? All that is coming up very, very soon in this lesson. So stick around. We'll see you very shortly. So Tik Tok, the basics of Tik Tok. Basically, the idea of it is this. I'm going to show you what I'm doing with my right hand a little bit. I'm going to give you some funky examples of what I'm doing with my right hand. And then we'll go into exactly what's going on so you can do the same thing. And the reasons why it's important to have this down. If you don't have this, you can have terrible timing. So let's do this. I'm just going to pick a chord. I just did an A before. This is an A. I'm just going to do A over and over for a little bit here. Tik Tok, just continuous down ups. But if I do some cool stuff with it, this is what happens with it. And I can add other techniques in there. One chord, a whole bunch of different things there. Or we can go in a bit more funky than that, a little bit faster Tik Tok. We can do some stuff like this. Now if I put that into a chord, sounds kind of complex to some of you guys out there, but those with great Tik Tok will already kind of get this thing anyway. So Tik Tok, let's start by going to the very foundation of Tik Tok and just start at something very, very basic. And even if you've done this before, it's going to help you because we're going to be working on dynamics as well. So let's do this stuff now. And all my strumming patterns and all decent strumming patterns are based on this idea that your arm is tick-tocking the whole time. In fact, I'm pretty sure I'm one of the first guys on the internet to actually bring this idea out. And now it's just common knowledge that this is how we learn how to strum. And I'm actually one of the first guys, as far as I'm aware as well, to bring out some strumming patterns and actually recognize that there's basic patterns that you can use for most songs, and that most songs come from one of those main patterns. And so you can get those strumming patterns from my website, by the way. So let's go over, and we're just going to do a 4/4 pattern. Okay, doesn't matter if you don't know what that is, because I used to go, what does that mean? Basically, there's 4 main beats. So it's going to be 4 main down strums. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to do upstrokes as well. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, but in the middle we're actually going to strum the upstrokes as well. So we end up with all the beats like this: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. That's pretty simple, right? Pretty basic stuff. But it's simple, but it's important. That's the main thing I'm trying to get across. If you stop at the bottom of the strum or at the top of the strum, it's going to interrupt the pattern, the timing. I might go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. However, the 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and could be like this: 1 and then there's 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and. And people read it like that. Oh, it says 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and I did it all right. I did all the down strums and all the up strums. But the big difference was it wasn't continuous. It had little stops at the top and bottom, and it was kind of jerky. And so 2 and 3 and 4 and. I mean, I did 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and I did down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So I did it right, Mark the Guitar Guy. No, you didn't. You did it wrong. Listen up. So this is the important part, the flow. And 2 and 3 and 4 and. Continuous. Actually harder than it looks when you first start out. I'm hoping you've got a pick when you're doing this, by the way, and that you've figured out how to hold one of these. If you're not, go to my video and check out how to do that properly, because that's another stumbling block. But we're going to do one thing to this thing now. We've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. We're going to do something interesting here. We're going to do an accent on the very first downstroke. We're going to make that strong. All the other strums we're going to make quieter, so a little bit weaker on the strumming. We're not going to dig in on the strings as much. It'll sound like this. 1. I'll shut up. By the way, my left hand, I'm just covering the strings at this stage because this is really important to get that sound, because we're just focusing on the sound of that. I'm just heavier on the 1. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now that's the very first exercise to do, okay? That's exercise number 1. After you've got the basic TikTok idea, that's number 1 there. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now we're going to put an accent on another beat. So we're going to put it on the 1, which we've already got, and the 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. You can even say it like that. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. It's like a conversation. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Seems basic, but it's actually not that that easy to do. It sounds kind of simple, but it's not. So what I'm doing there is I'm doing a full strum for the strong beats, so the accented beats, and the ones that aren't are they're not ghostly completely, but I'm just relaxing the pick and making a quieter sound. I'm still tick-tocking, but I don't want a tick-tock too small either, because otherwise it'll speed up. If small tick-tocks speed up, I don't want to go down and down and down, down, don't want that. I want to be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and. I'm just going to show the other camera another angle for that, so you can actually see what's going on. I'm just going quite strong. My left hand's not doing much. Okay, that's exercise 1. 2 is exercise 1 and 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and. This is exercise 2. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So now I'm just doing exactly the same exercise, but it's got a little bit of a different feel to it. So that's exercise 2. It shouldn't be too much harder than 1. 1 and 2 and 3. And if you want to tap your foot during this, that's really cool too. So your foot's just going, your toe or your heel is just keeping in time with the TikTok. It's literally going up and down with our TikTok. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay? Now we'll do exercise 3. We're going to add an up in there, a funky up, okay? Now the up is going to be the hardest bit at first to get a good strong upstroke in, okay? So we're going to do it like this. We're going to go 1 and 2 and. We're going to do an and. All the ups are ands, by the way. So 1 and 2 and, like that. That's all we're going to do. And we're going to keep strumming, but the 2 accents are the 1 and on the 2 and. It's on the end of the 2. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and. Now this is the first one. This is exercise 3. This is the first one though that's going to be quite difficult for you to do if you've never done this before. Even if you've done it before, it actually could be quite hard. Down, up, down, up, down, up. All the beats are there though. See that? This exercise, or all these exercises, I'm just going to continue doing that accent there. Down and up. But all these exercises are going to be helpful for you to do any rhythm you want to do, because if you can do a funky groove with the downs and ups in the right places and bring those notes out like this, anything is possible, because once you've done it up in a funky spot, you can do it anytime you want to do it. Anytime you hear it in your head, you can just kind of, oh yeah, I can kind of get where that rhythm comes from, because all rhythms are based on this concept. Cool. Now if you're tapping your foot with this, that might be weird to put your foot up and do an upstroke strong. So that's probably one of the first places you're going to struggle. So then we're up to exercise 3. Next one, exercise 4. Okay, we're going to get a bit more funky on it now. We're going to go down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Okay, there's a strong down again on another down, which is going to be the 1 and 2. And I think it's on the 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So the strong accent on, I've got to figure it out myself because I'm not a theory guy at all, so I've got to think about it. So it's going to be on the 1, on the 2 and it's on the 4. Sounds complex, but we're just adding one more strum to what we just did earlier in the earlier exercise, okay? Exercise 4, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And that's the end of it there. So we start straight away again, but just try and get 1 down first. So we're just going to go down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, and then have a pause. Take a breath. We can do this. I'll show you from another angle. Here we're going to go. Here we go. And down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Now to watch that, it looks kind of the same. There's not really much going on with my right hand to look at, but you can hear the accent where I'm digging into the strings strong and where I'm just feathering the strings, okay? I've got quite a thick pick, so down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, okay? Now the next step is to actually continue that so it doesn't stop. So the Tik Tok, that's the trick with Tik Tok, never stops. This thing just keeps on trucking like a choo-choo train with the old, we're getting old school now. So we're going up, down, 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 up. Now this is the pattern without stopping. Down, up, down, up, down, down, up. And I'll just give you the one. One. Now this is where most people, if you're out there in YouTube world right now, you're sitting down with your guitar having a go at this, this is the one that's going to trip you up, if anything's going to trip you up. Now, it might not have tripped you up just before, it may have tripped you up before, but now it's possibly going to trip you up right now. I've taught this many, many times, guys, so I know what this is like, and this is the bit where we all have a good laugh, because this is the bit, trying to get two of them to go together is like down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, that sort of stuff happens. It's okay. Just keep that Tik Tok going and slow it down. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up is the end. Have a breath. Do 20 of those with the breath. So meaning down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Have a breath. That's important. If you don't do the breath, your subconscious is not going to realize this is the pattern you're wanting to do. Okay, that little gap is enough for the subconscious to go, okay, cool. This is the pattern you want me to do. And when you go to combine it, it can combine it easier if it knows what the first part is really strongly. Don't go trying to add the next part too early. But the next part is this part where we do 2 in a row. Okay, because we've got a strong 4 and then we've got a strong 1 again. So it feels like we're going down, up, down. We're going strong and strong, which we are. Have a listen. Down, up, 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 down, up. Here, I'll do the count. 1 and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and slow it down. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and I guarantee out there, guys, you guys will be struggling with this bit. But don't worry, we're not going to go any further than that just yet. But I will show you how we can use this, though, in strumming techniques. So it'll give you a little bit of inspiration, hopefully. So Tik Tok, we just did that pattern then. We did it quite fast, reasonably fast, medium sort of pace. You can slow that right down. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. If that's a struggle, don't worry. Go to the exercise before it. Spend more time on the exercise before that. If that's a problem, go to the exercise before that. You might end up just spending a whole week just doing down, up, 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 down, up. And then try speeding that up, making it a smaller pattern, smaller radius. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And just doing this sort of stuff. And then going to the next pattern. Down, up, down, up, down, up. Which is the third pattern actually. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. This is exercise 3. I'll slow it down. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. But these percussive ideas that I'm doing, the dynamics thing with the strong and weak, so cool for your strumming. So cool for your strumming. Let's just see if we can do that pattern now with some chords. So let's do a nice easy chord where you get to strum everything. G, my favorite chord, G. We're going to go down, up, down, up, down. E minor, let's do E minor, here we go. This is exercise 3, back to G. Now I'm really being feathery, very, very feathery with the strums that aren't accented there, because otherwise it's going to be, the difference won't be so noticeable as it is here, but you can hear the difference. C9, E minor, to D, C9. Get the idea? Some cool stuff going on in there. So this Tik Tok idea is where we get all our strumming patterns from. Now I won't go into that, but you've seen my strumming pattern videos. If you just do this, you get good at this, and you're able to do the 4th exercise. This is the critical part. If you can do the 4th exercise continuously, you can pretty much do any strumming pattern that comes your way, because everything's just made up of downs and ups. If you can do some tricky little downs and ups in a sequence like that, which we have done with that that pattern there, it's going to be kind of cool. I'll do a little bit of an example with that chord pattern. So I'm just doing basic chords here. I'm literally doing exactly that pattern. If I just do a G bar chord, the cool thing is if I can release that chord and get those chicka chicka noise, so I can just accent with my left hand and my right hand, you get the same thing. It's just a G chord. If I go to the C underneath it, or that way, I like it this way, to D, E minor, C, and G. So the right hand's not doing a hell of a lot other than the accents, okay? And then my left hand's just helping it out. And you can just muck around with that, so you could keep it on and off for maybe summer. That's just the right hand doing the same thing, but I'm just doing a little bit more color with the left hand. And hopefully that gives you a little bit of inspiration out there to give this thing a go. So I hope you liked what we were doing there. This is something I do with my students all the time. I really enjoy doing this exercise with them. I usually do it when they have an issue with their strumming and we just go back to basics and we get into this sort of stuff because there's some sort of gap in their playing, and this usually cures that. Hopefully this is helping you out there, and please leave a comment below if you think this is helping you out or you've got some other ideas for me. I love all you guys. It's absolutely awesome to be here at this part of the video. You're still listening to me, so that's good news. And if you want to get a lesson with me one-on-one, so many people are doing that, and it's really changing their lives as far as guitars going, and it really helps me as well because I get some feedback on what they do need help with and don't need help with, and I get to make videos for you all out there. You get the benefit of that. So if you'd like that, go to my Facebook page, click the book now button, set up a session with me. Otherwise, like and subscribe and all that good stuff, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. See you later, guys.